Hi guys, my name's Medintseva and you are on my crochet channel. We continue to crochet this beautiful dragon. This will be the final part. You will find links to the previous parts in the description under the video. Also in the description you will find links to my Instagram and Etsy shop. There you can buy masterclasses in PDF format. I thank everyone who is interested in my work. Thanks to those who like and comment. Thank you very much. If you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe. Here you will find many interesting and simple masterclasses on crocheting toys. In the last part, we crocheted 3 pairs of horns. We have 2 horns of each size ready. This is what the finished horns look like, which now need to be sewn to the head. So let's do just that now. We sew the largest horns on the back of the head at the level of the side crest. Here, along one line, the side crest ends and we sew on the horn. Between the horns, 1 stitch is skipped. Place the horns on the head so that you like it and it looks beautiful. The crochet pattern for the horn was specially designed in such a way that there was a bend in the horn. The bend is the place where we made increases. This is the side of the horn with increases. That is, the bend should be directed forward. Each subsequent horn must be sewn in such a way that the bend is directed forward. It is important to take this into account before sewing. We apply the horn to the head in such a way that the bend is directed forward. This is the position in which we sew on the back horn. The next medium-sized horn will be located like this. You can use markers to mark the places for sewing on the horns. The markers will help you navigate. And the smallest horn will be in front. We skip 1 stitch between the horns. Once again, all the horns are sewn on so that the bend is directed forward. This is exactly how it was intended and it will look the most beautiful. In this position, using a needle, we simply sew each horn in a circle. There is nothing special in this procedure. We just take each horn and sew it to the head. There is nothing more to comment on here. Just repeat after me and everything will work out. Insert the needle and thread alternately into the horn, then into the head and sew it in a circle. You can first sew the horn a little on all sides. Check the correctness of the sewing and only then sew it completely. Everyone does it the way that is convenient and accustomed to. The first large horn is sewn on. We leave this thread in this state for now. 1 horn is sewn on. This is how the sewn horn should look. As I said, you can see that the curved part of the horn is in the front. beauty, I like everything. We leave this thread for now and proceed to sewing on the next, that is, the middle horn. When these two horns are sewn on, then, as usual, we bring the ends of the threads into one stitch, tie them together in a knot and hide them inside. We skip one stitch and sew on the second horn in the same way. Then we skip one stitch again and sew on the smallest horn, which is in the front. As always, the curved part of the horn should be in the front. Everything is simple, so we sew on the rest of the horns ourselves. This is what my dragon's head looks like with all the horns sewn on. I'm showing you from all sides. I think I have created a masterpiece. What do you say? I really like all these details and elements. A very beautiful dragon. Be sure to write in the comments what you think. How do you like the combination of colors, olive and pink? It seems to me that everything turned out perfect. Now we need to sew the head to the dragon's body. I can't show you the sewing process on camera because the toy is too big. I'll tell you the principle, and I'm sure you can handle it. We attach the head to the dragon's body in this position. To fix the head, use regular knitting needles. Insert the needles through the head and body, and thus the head is securely fixed. I show how we sew the head to the body of the toy in almost every masterclass. For sewing, use the thread that was left after crocheting the body. Pull the thread alternately through all the stitches in the head and body and sew the head in a circle. Now everyone sews the head on your own. The toy is too big and unfortunately I will not be able to show this process. Perhaps I will show some intermediate stages. Here I inserted the needles through the head and body, and thanks to this, the head is securely held. Here I am now lifting the dragon by the body, but the head does not fall. Now I have a small section of the head sewn on. On the other sides, the head remains unsewn. Now I will continue sewing the head on using a crochet hook. You can also use a blunt-ended needle for sewing. This is how we insert the hook into the head, grab the thread, and pull it through the stitch. Now we insert the hook into the stitch in the head in the same way and pull the thread through it too. Insert the hook into each stitch and pull the thread through them so that there are no holes in the head. We insert it into each stitch in a circle and in the body as it turns out. From this side, it's possible to show you the sewing process a little. Therefore, you will not be able to say that some processes are skipped in this masterclass. In the same way, we continue to sew the head completely in a circle. Pull the threads through all the stitches. You can also use a blunt-ended needle for sewing. My thread broke there, so I attached a new thread. And now I will show you how I finish sewing the head with the needle. I have already sewn the head on completely in a circle once. The knitting needles can be pulled out. The hat is already holding well, but I decided to go completely in a circle one more time and sew the hat on. That is, in this toy it turns out that we sew the hat on twice. Usually once is enough, but because of the size of the toy, it is better to repeat it here. In general, it turns out beautiful. This is what the sewn hat looks like at this stage. The dragon already looks very beautiful. But I also suggest crocheting the central crest, which starts on the head and ends on the tail. For this main crest, I will use the same bright pink color. I am showing you a few shots with the toy. We start crocheting the main crest from the back horns. We start from this place. Along this line our side crests ended, as well as the back horns. And here, in the middle between the horns, we begin crocheting the main crest. We will move along the head, move in the middle, and finish at the very tip of the tail. The pattern of the main crest is completely identical to the pattern of crocheting the side crest. We also take a 5 mm hook. Take the desired yarn, mine is pink. We insert the hook between the back horns in the middle. Note that the hook is inserted on the same line with the back edge of the horns. Grab the working thread. We leave a small end of the thread. Pull the thread out. We make a kind of slip stitch. That is, we simply pull the thread through the loop. Now we insert the hook into the next stitch. The size of the toy complicates the process. I need to move the toy a little. I draw your attention to a very important point. All the time you need to control and check that you are crocheting this crest exactly in the middle. That is, we insert the hook from here straight into the next stitch. And again we make a slip stitch. For some reason my hook jumped out. I couldn't do it. One more time. I insert the hook into the next stitch and crochet a slip stitch. Great, everything worked out. I need to adjust the toy again. From here we make one chain stitch. Now we make 2 yarn overs. Insert the hook into the next stitch. Grab the working thread and crochet 1 treble crochet. We do the same thing that I showed you when we made the side crests. The pattern doesn't change. We do everything the same. 1 treble crochet is made. In the next stitch we again make 1 slip stitch. That is, we simply pull our working thread through the loop. In the next stitch we make another slip stitch according to the pattern. Now we make 1 chain stitch, 2 yarns over, and in the next stitch we crochet 1 treble crochet. That is, we crochet the first 2 loops, the second 2 loops, and the third 2 loops. You can see that we repeated the combination for the second time. At the beginning, we hide the thread inside as usual. Tie a knot and hide it inside. In the same way, we continue crocheting the main crest. It's simple. We've already done this. Now we just do it along the back. Let me finish this combination for the fourth time now. And we will crochet this crest each on our own. You can see that I have already repeated this combination 4 times. 4 waves in the main crest are done. The most important thing, I will repeat it once more. Always check and control that the crest is in the middle. We make the crest completely on the head, the flat part of the back. Here along the folds, you will also need to carefully crochet the crest. On the finished dragon, you can see how the main crest is made. You can see that the crest is made completely along the folds. It will be a little more difficult to make a crest along the folds than along the flat part. Crochet the crest along the folds as it turns out. Here you can see that I made more slip stitches. That is, this is your creativity, we do it as it turns out, and I'm sure that in any case it will be beautiful. And we finish the crest to the very end of the tail. This is what the crest looks like at the end of the tail. Such beauty. And now a few more shots with the finished crest on our olive dragon. I probably don't have enough fingers on both hands to count the number of times I say beauty while showing you this toy. Isn't it beautiful? What do you think? My filler consumption was 380 grams. About the yarn, the main color consumption was 4.5 skeins. Maybe even a little less, but I still started the 5th skein. The pink yarn consumption is half a skein. The dragon turned out really cool. The toy exceeded all my expectations. Therefore, I recommend that you take on this project and try to make such a wonderful dragon. Thank you for crocheting with me. I wish you a great mood and see you soon.